Dragon Age Veilgaurd has completely collapsed. People, fans, players, gamers are completely disillusioned by the fact that this was ever good, that this was ever anything other than garbage. People are refusing to believe the words that someone else says instead of the things right in front of their eyes. And it is beautiful. People are waking up en masse and saying no to these DEI Vogue garbage pieces that are literally just self-insert Vogue projects of self-pity and loathing and showing how much they hate everyone else. And that is us. The gamers, the fans, the everyone. They hate us and shed no tears for these people who lost because they would never do the same for you.
Told me that refunds are skyrocketing for Dragon Age Veilgaurd, and the whole Trump thing has caused BioWare devs to lose their collective minds. Legacy Gaming
Probably.
Media, who assured us all Dragon Age Veilgaurd was a total success, the game didn't just underperform, it cratered. Hardly 75,000 in pre-orders, less than 500,000 copies sold, and 30,000 refunds.
Hey, I called it. I said this is... Dragon Age Veilgaurd's probably not going to even reach 1 million sales in the first month. I said it's going to be a miracle if it actually reaches 1.5 million sales. I said that even if the most bizarre twist of fate ever happened and it somehow sold 4 million copies, or 5 or 6, or maybe even 7, that would still most likely be a 100% financial disaster anyway. Yeah, boys, once again, we were right. And the fact that now people remember about the refunds, that people know how high the refunds is, dude, so many more people are going to try to refund this game now. Because the door is open, people are talking about it, and people are encouraging each other to do it. Beautiful.
Man. It's not looking good, huh? That's pretty bad? Yeah, it is. I can't believe Anthem sold better. There are tons of games that sold way better than that.
At its peak.
He completely missed the point why someone just said, I can't believe Anthem sold better. Okay.
Dragon Age the Veilgaurd had a Steam rating of around 80%. And for days now, it's been steadily declining, back down to around 70. And it...
One more thing, exactly as I predicted, by the way, that the Steam rating is going to follow the exact steps that Starfield had taken. It's going to start off good because the people who just need to point something up as a thumb on some kind of pixelated screen or some shit just because they're fans or mentally deficient is insane. And when normal people play the game, the thumbs down are gonna slowly just pile up and pile up and pile up until the point where it's gonna be literally as Starfield, below 50%.
It looks like the public opinion over on the Dragon Age subreddit is also
You know what's really funny? Is that this was 1 day ago, and it's already gone down by another 20,000.
to shift. You may have seen previously how Asmongold posted that he was
What an idiot. Yeah, that's you, Bubba. You fucking did something as stupid as posted on a Reddit. Oh, you absolute pitiful trash. Hey, he can take this. He can take the trash out of probably 1 out of 5 rooms that he has in his house, but he can never not become trash himself. It's just the way it works.
Did I do that?
Probably.
Excited to play Dragon Age Veilgaurd over on that subreddit, to which he was extremely swiftly banned from the entire thing. Apparently, moderators even went on to set some auto-mod function up that instantly banned...
was banned, LOL.
That is pretty funny. Because what did you expect not to be banned and get your whole subreddit banned? Oh jeez, it's Reddit. Anyone who uses Reddit is pathetic. You are not a man. You are a worthless, spineless loser. Explains the Asmongold fanboyism, but hey.
Anyone subscribed to Asmon subreddit too.
That's right.
Then I saw some reports from a few other subreddits that this was also occurring.
That's also known as racism. So yeah, it's a racist subreddit, and Reddit.
I'm assuming he's trying to make a joke about his ban off of Twitter, which is not Twitter, but Twitch, was nothing like this, by the way, completely not even remotely close to alike. But the irony that someone on Reddit, where you're it's only 5 minutes in, so I can't say, but it's the human, and then there's the under the human thing, where these kind of people fight over who is worse, okay? Everyone on Reddit is exactly woven from the same cloth, and it's pathetic.
It is racist against me and other gamers.
Good, no
other
one
based
cares.
gamers, they're racist against us.
There, where similarly anyone subscribed to those subreddits were also automatically banned from our Dragon Age.
Yeah, there it is. The moderators probably checked my account and saw that I was following Asmongold. So this is what happened. Any person who has ever made a post or done any level of interaction,
we get it. You don't have to explain it, dumbass.
With my subreddit will be categorically banned from other subreddits.
Yeah, we know.
We're basically getting quarantined.
Why are you explaining something that everyone knows?
By all the soft boys on Reddit.
Everyone on Reddit... Dude, he's trying to get the crown of Reddit, which is made literally out of shit and bloat flies. Oh my lord. Hey, we're the best at Reddit. Jesus.
That's right. That's the Bad Boys Club, bro. It's Roach Ranch. Which, by the way, I think we have 15,000 members in it now. Yeah.
There's actually a thing called Roach Ranch. Surprise me.
You're right. I
mean, 12-year-olds really do like Reddit for some reason.
That on Twitter, I said that they banned my subreddits because they thought my subreddit had an inferior culture.
I mean, yes.
Oh, God. People were mad about that one. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. We like to have a little bit of fun. What can I say?
It looks like people over on our Dragon Age really.
Also, by the way, I just want to mention this again because people just don't want to think sometimes, okay? Especially when it comes to entertainment. Him saying shit like that obviously completely devalues his apology, which I already talked about. It's not actually an apology. Asmongold is just a spineless fucking coward. The moment he only wants to say the things that are socially acceptable and where people are going to say, good job, Asmongold, pat him on the back and be like, you're so smart and special. How did you know which way the wind is blowing? And that time, with the Israel-Palestine BS thing, he did not figure out that his opinion is not of the majority, and people did push back. And what happened? Instantaneously, Asmongold, the loser, cuck, spinal coward that he is, bent over backward, made an apology. And now the apology doesn't seem to matter anything. Because again, all of his words are lies. He will say anything, he will do anything, he will lie about anything, as long as it makes a situation where people are on his side and think that he is right. He doesn't care about morals. He has none. He is not on your side. He is on no one's side but himself. He just wants to say the things that will make people say, Asmongold W. Pathetic.
Really didn't want any negative opinions about the game being posted there. There were a few critique posts I saw getting through, but they were only like the most mild of critiques, and they were few and far between, especially when compared to the overwhelming amount of posts there that were just shilling for the game. As mentioned a moment ago, however, it looks like things are starting to change. Either they've given up trying to keep it just an echo chamber, or the game's biggest offenders are finally admitting that the game's not as good as they were trying to say it is. It's like
it's crazy that
they will never admit that
Jason Schreier deleted his post talking about the game doing well. That is unbelievable.
Well, Jason Schreier is also a complete loser cuck at the end of the day. What do you expect?
Do you want to know why I bet he deleted his post? I bet he deleted his post because he got information, like inside information from BioWare or from somebody who he trusts that knows, and he's like, oh, geez. Oh. All right, get rid of this. Get out of here.
is being dropped. Perhaps what's going on is
Imagine you're so pathetic, by the way, like Jason Stride, that you think, well, actually, Jason Stride doesn't think Dragon Age Veilgaurd is good. That's the most hilarious part, because he did we saw the tweet where he said, "Oh, I just want to bone the chuds because it's doing so well." Yeah, he doesn't care. Again, he's literally just like an Asmongold, and the irony of Asmongold making fun of someone who is literally also a type of Asmongold is just not lost on me.
a combination of both things. Regardless, let's take a look. From 21 hours ago, a top post reads, "Soft reboot, devoid of life."
Soft reboot.
So obviously avoided spoilers in the intro to this post, but I'll delve into some...
Actually, it's not a soft reboot, but with the amount of lore that this destroys, I mean, that's not a soft reboot. That is a stab in the back.
Game spoilers later. This game doesn't feel like a Dragon Age game. It feels like a spin-off made by writers who didn't read the material beforehand or who hate this game. Let it be known
that's true.
the entire game's not bad. Solus has some good moments, but overall the writing and story are a dumpster fire. A good example is Morgan.
Any time that I see a character that was previously sexualized in a story that is made less sexualized, or the character is less
That's bad, yes.
like less attractive, I automatically assume that the entire game is bad. And I know this might sound like, wow, you insane idiot, why would you do that? But
to a
if you
degree,
think about it
yes.
the way that I think about it, ask yourself the question, why would you do that? Why would you take a character that is very attractive and that players clearly like, and then make it worse? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because, number one, you don't respect the source material, and number two, you want to use the source material as a vehicle for your worldview. And I think that people that do those two things oftentimes aren't going to tell good stories.
The latter is super fucking preachy.
Because their focus isn't about telling a good story, it's about telling their story. That's the reason. And I think that any time that you ever see a video game and they have uglified characters, you should immediately assume that the game is garbage. Because it's...
We already do, thank you. We know this. It's been like that literally for years, you bumpkin. It's been like that for literally years at this point.
It's been infected with a sense of, with a sort of rot that will permeate the entire game. For me, I actually think it is a canary in the coal mine.
In Origins was a distant, cold, but somewhat caring individual once she got to know you. The crew slowly turned.
How often does he use the canary in the coal mine analogy for literally almost fucking everything? Is that the analogy of the month?
Her to be kinder as time goes on. And if she had Kieran, a popular choice with the Warden usually, she ends up being a far more caring figure. In Inquisition, where we see her next, even without Kieran, she's grown slightly warmer, if only because of her affection for the hero of Faldrin, and her friends like Leliana. And yet Veilgaurd feels like it's butchered that in a way. You see her in-game as a deus ex machina. She appears when the plot demands it, drops off lore and tidbits, and leaves. You can have no...
Well, yeah, because if you don't know how to write a story, you can only do one of two things. Introduce deus ex machinas, or make completely incoherent fucking plot lines where miracles happen and that's why you survive. The latter is, by the way, a complete reference to currently World of Warcraft, the Wrath Within. All of the lore in the Wrath Within, the War Within, close enough, who gives a shit at this point, right? Is just you introducing powerful female leaders into positions of power, okay? All the men in positions of power were evil and now have been removed, and the bad guys lose because they decide to not even use 1/10 of their power that they had previously, all the expansion, okay? It's just really poor.
Interactions with her outside of cutscenes, and can't prod her or get to know her as the Inquisitor did. Did she have Kieran and marry the Warden? It's implied that she at least had Kieran because Solus takes a massive portion of power from Mythal, and she's at her strongest with that plot point, but the game makes no effort to actually speak about this, and the Warden, who is teased to be hunting a Kieran Inquisition, is not mentioned. Did he live, die, cured?
This is what I was saying before, is that people that have no respect for the source material have no respect for the source material. And that doesn't just end with making...
Wait, did he just seriously try to make a deep sentence? This doesn't really fit in an analogy or anything like that. By saying, people who don't respect source material don't respect source material. I honestly don't know what's worse, the Dragon Age Veilgaurd writing or Asmongold's writing.
Making a character more woke or less attractive, it will permeate the entire story. And this is the exact example.
We'll never know. Not that it matters by the halfway point of the game.
See?
So much of this game feels empty and devoid of life because the NPCs sit around doing nothing.
That's the thing. Is like,
we know it, you idiot. We have been talking about this for years.
Everybody always...
I'm not gonna do that because there is an extremely high chance that he says, "Oh, this is common knowledge. I know that." And some bullshit self-glorifying.
Gets mad at me. They say, "Oh, he's just saying what's obvious." I know. I fucking know. I'm not a wizard.
But we already know that, and you don't need to say it because we know it. Yes.
How the fuck are people like, "Oh, wow. Why do I need to say this? It should be fucking obvious." But it's not. Nobody sees it. I feel like I'm taking fucking crazy pills. I go on the internet, I read
How is this a legit opinion?
These comments. These people aren't even living in reality. What the fuck is going on? I don't know.
This is such a subversion of real life. I mean, literally, what have we been talking about for the past, I don't know, I would say for like 2 or 3 years, this conversation has been pretty boiling. But, you know, this conversation is older than 3 years. This conversation is like 5+ years old at this point. You know, when Woke was kind of bad, but we can still kind of chalk it up for just being a bad decision in the story, not just implementing a worldview that doesn't fit into anything.
And the NPCs we know from previous games either don't act the way we expect them to, or are so distant from who they used to be, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Even Morgan, who was in character, wasn't given a chance to finish her plot thread. Kieran basically doesn't exist. And the game treats
that way you actually save a character.
All of the prequels to this as if they're taboo topics. I feel like even if this game's writing and story were better, which I don't think it does, it wouldn't get close to what the previous games had because the world feels devoid of all life and care once put into it. And the ending really helped cement the idea that they did this to distance themselves as much as they could from the Dragon Age Keep, and the Sea of Choice is transferred over. From just 9 hours ago,
man.
another top post reads, "Am I the only one who can't stand Taash? I need to..."
Uh-oh.
That's pretty fucking racist to not stand Taash. How dare you?
It looks like we've got a bigot.
Nazi, even.
Yeah. We've got a fucking bigot in here. Oh, wow. That's real bad. Do you think BioWare will be closed before the next Mass Effect? No. I think usually you need 2 points.
I mean, this is... Wait, what?
On a graph in order for a studio like this to fail, especially if it's a big studio like this.
Oh, shit. Asmongold got me. He literally has no idea what's going on. He's just talking about the Veilgaurd because it's woke, because it's popular. He has no fucking clue what's going on. He probably thinks this is BioWare's first game. Shit. Man, BioWare has had, like, so big... BioWare has had so many disasters in a row now. And there is a reason that people said that this is BioWare's last chance to actually make it right. Now, admittedly, I said the same thing, but the underlying thing is always, hey, these companies can fail as much as they like, but they're not exactly going to shut down because they still have, like, fucking EA behind them. Sure, the leadership structure is going to get gutted, deleted, yeeted, and replaced and restructured and whatnot, but, you know, the word BioWare is still gonna be there. Why? Because these words still have meaning, you know? Well, why are you going to trust more? A company, well, what are you going to be excited more? Trust isn't even an issue, honestly, here. Why are you going to be excited more? But BioWare saying that they're creating a new galaxy-spanning Civ game or something like that, or Watch Pain Dry Studios announcing that they're making a fucking Sims 3 clone. Yeah, obviously BioWare kind of wins there because at least people know what it is.
Like BioWare. So they'll probably need Mass Effect 5 to fail too.
It will fail.
And then they'll be done. Anthem?
Yeah.
Well, who made Anthem?
BioWare. Yeah. Yeah. BioWare.
Oh, Bio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Motherfucker literally doesn't know what's happening. Yeah. Shit.
Uh-oh. Oh, jeez.
And before that, BioWare
wow.
also made bad things. Mass Effect Andromeda. Shit. That was a horrendous disaster.
Man.
Well, it was a disaster to tank their reputation, but the Andromeda still actually at least sold. Okay? I don't know if it made a profit or not at the very end. I would assume it did, but, still, not nearly as much as they wanted. And after the Anthem hole in the wallet that has been left, yeah, it's not good.
Wow. That was back when I was only playing WoW. I didn't know that.
Happens. I also forget that.
Just got done with the scene where I had to play Peacemaker between them and Emmerich, and the nerve on this Canary. They're constantly portrayed as this moody, angsty teenager and trash on everyone else, but especially Emmerich. I get being wary of necromancy, but the guy hasn't earned the bullying Taash was giving him. In fact, Taash comes across as the bully to everyone. How old are they supposed to be anyway? 18? I'm trying to be patient with them and see through the end of their storyline, but it doesn't help that.
Well, the reason why that character is written that way is because the way that you have to write characters that are of like a unique gender identity is you have.
Actually, Taash is 100% a self-insert from someone. That is no way Taash is not a self-insert from.
Have to treat them like they're children that are never wrong about anything, because you can't have a non-binary person with flaws, because if you have that, that means that you're saying that non-binary people are flawed. This is Twitter logic. That's the way it works.
That's actually true. Wow. Yeah,
but
I
can't
agree
call
with
them
that
out
one.
on their behavior at all. It can only be nice to them. It's like the writers were playing favorites and made sure Taash was protected. Yeah, Taash overall has to be one of the weirdest things about Veilgaurd. It's hilarious.
No, this is a very common.
I mean, it's not weird at all. It's just disgusting.
It's a very common pattern, and you'll see this in a lot of games, is that characters that are put into games for what would be considered to be a diversity reason are oftentimes the most like morally good, intelligent, and always come out of every interaction being the one that's on top. This is
yeah, that's flat out not true. No. Yeah, the characters like that exist, but that's not the majority of them. They're just annoying and they have no character. That's typically what happens when you forcefully fist in something that's a diversity higher in gaming.
Extremely common.
This is where we have the classic meme of, "Hello there, adventurer. I'm your new best friend. I'm gay." Yeah, that's where we have that one. Because their whole existence is literally just centered around the fact that they are gay and nothing else matters. That's the most common one.
Is that the devs have tried to push Taash as this like flagship character of the game, but the character just sucks. And I'll never get over how creepy this thumbnail is. Like, what were they thinking? Heck, even their storyline is so far the most boring. Like, we went to explore Dragoness, where I thought we would finally get to see their dragon hunting skills in action, and nothing. It was another therapy session. I'm sorry, I know some people might enjoy those scenes or relate to them, but I can't bring myself to care about their storyline at all. At this point, I don't even care that they're hunting a dragon or whatever. Darvin and I already took down an Arc Demon anyway, and if I need dragon hunting tips, I can always ask the Inquisitor. Sucks that all companions are essential. I would have sent Taash packing ages ago. Wonder if that's why the writers made them essential. Dang, so yeah, that was absolutely destroyed, Taash. Get wrecked.
That's why we recruited her.
Oh shit,
actually, Taash uses them for themselves now.
Oh fuck.
They asked us
A barb. Oh no, it's a barb. Shit.
to let folks know.
Also, they asked us to let folks know, so now you do. Okay, it's like, yeah, you're gonna have to do this instead of me because I can't be fucking asking you're my slave. 10 out of 10.
so now you do.
Yeah. I appreciate it.
So
How
brave.
is it that
So brave.
Thank you for telling me. That's why we recruited them.
So yeah, I think we've all seen.
So brave.
how is it that I just keep seeing more clips of this game that are like this?
Because the whole game's
I
like
feel like,
this.
because I'm the kind of person, like, if I see one clip getting passed around, I'm like, okay, everybody's just talking shit about this one thing that happened, because it's like, what else are we going to do? But, like, man, I just keep seeing more and more of these. There's more? Yes. It's like, how deep does this go? It's the whole game. That's amazing. I don't even know what to say. Time to do a brave? Yeah, I can't believe this.
Brave.
The barf mission.
By the way, I'm sorry. Asmongold, I have done so many videos where I make fun of this idiot. Because he literally hears something one time and then it becomes the truth of the world no matter what. He is so well known for watching YouTube videos and just instantaneously assuming every single fucking thing that was said in a YouTube video is the truth. And then he just parrots that talking point. And here he is like, man, whenever I see something, I make sure it's true by not telling. Bro, you are the poster child to believing anything without evidence. Shit.
Gendering scene, but there was another
that's
one.
good, though.
Like shoving in as many of these things as they possibly can.
Jesus.
The comments are hilarious. This game is so cringe, it's ridiculous. Is this real? This gotta be a
Damn.
joke. DEI simulator. That's why I play Space Marine. That's why. Hopping back over to the Dragon Age subreddit and the post about Taash that we just read.
Oh,
One of the
fuck.
top responses says, yeah, kind of ironic how a non-binary character that has a
Yeah.
whole arc about her pronouns is forcing a label on Emmerich and refusing to call him what he identifies as, even after telling Taash it upsets him.
What an
Oh.
insanely fucking good point.
Damn.
Oh my god.
I mean, this is common. This is pretty common. It doesn't matter what everyone else thinks, does, or believes in. It only matters as long as you're happy, because that's liberalism and leftism at its core.
Wow. Holy shit. She does what? So this guy like is referring to like himself as like a necromancer or whatever, what you are, and she's like insisting that like she's going to call him another word or another phrase that
Death mage corpse guy, yeah, jeez.
sounds bad.
What, you are a death mage? I mean, that's the most intolerant thing I have seen all day. Jesus, oh my lord. Dragon Age Race Guard. Oh, man. These devs. It's beautiful. It's poetry. Because these things just apply one way, okay? And, I mean, you know what? I'm actually fucking done. I'm done. Also, it's been a while since we looked at anything Asmongold does, and yeah, it's still pathetic. 10 out of 10. I actually don't even want to look at it any longer. It's just kind of that bad. The living in the weeds has gone out of control. Anyway, bye bye.